All right.
I think we're running here.
We are.
Oh, okay.
All right. So welcome back to the show, everyone. Dr. Jenny and Susan for another exciting episode of Open Wide. Today, Susan, there are a couple things that happened in the news that I think we need to talk about.
Yes.
Kind of exciting, kind of fun. I'm excited about it. This one, though, is scary. You do a lot of travel. You do a lot of flying, right? Did you hear about United Airlines Flight 169? What happened this week?
I was away when it happened, so I only saw a clip of it, but I feel bad for the bakery truck driver.
Oh! Okay, you know when you're talking about an airplane and a bakery truck?
Yeah.
Like it's not good.
Right, but nobody was hurt, right? I mean, I didn't miss the whole news story, but nobody was actually hurt, right?
Nobody was hurt. This was a Boeing 767-400. I don't really know what that means other than it's big. Arriving from Venice, Italy with 221 passengers and 10 crew aboard. Coming in for landing on runway 29 into Newark. Haven't there been a lot of problems with planes in Newark? Newark, New York, DC, that whole little area.
I mean, I don't know that there's more than other major, but whenever you have a lot of planes, you're likely to have more problems, right? I don't know. But so the bakery truck driver was okay, and the people on the plane were okay.
Right. Everybody was okay. But as this plane was coming in for landing, it clipped probably a light pole. It was literally feet above the highway. And it clipped a light pole, and then it clipped a bakery truck. And the bakery truck had a camera in the cab. So the bakery truck driver is going along, and he thought he was going to be decapitated. He saw a plane, the wing, I guess, coming along.
Yeah, that's going to be scary.
And clipped his truck. What a miracle that this guy is okay.
Yeah, that is a miracle.
It was an H&S family of bakeries, a Baltimore area bakery company. The driver was delivering bread products when the aircraft clipped the truck window with its landing gear. Clipped the truck window. Could you imagine right here the wheel of a plane or something like?
Yeah,
right here.
I'm not really a pilot. I mean, I say not really because I did take flying lessons like 100 years ago for those little planes, but I'm not a pilot. Does that seem like a rookie mistake? Like, how do you clip a truck on the highway as you're coming in even to Newark, which I know is next to the highway? Like,
how are you
rookie mistake?
How are you feet above the highway?
Yeah.
Feet above the highway. It makes me nervous because every airport I go to, planes are coming in, like obviously. So you got the highways coming in and oh my goodness, in Miami, we've seen planes. I mean, it's like they're just flying in the city, flying low, flying here, flying there. It's crazy. And I'm sure in all the big cities, it's like that.
Right. What's that island? What's that island in the Caribbean where you can literally like touch the plane when it's coming in?
It's called Island I Don't Need to Go to.
Yeah, it's scary. It really is. Yeah.
Well, and then think about this. You know how they're introducing all these drones? Yeah. So you're going to have Amazon delivering your packages via drones, dropping it, whatever.
Which I think is great, by the way.
Yeah, but imagine drones and planes.
Yeah, I mean, they'll have to figure all that out, of course, but I just think that it's so great that we might actually see that day. I'm sure we'll see.
Here comes Susan, like the Jetsons.
Here comes the Jetsons.
Yeah.
All right, I want to make a major shout out to Cherie DeVaux, who won the 152nd Kentucky Derby race as its first female trainer.
Amazing.
Not sure why it took 152 years, but we'll focus on what we got, not how long it took to get here.
That a girl.
I know. I saw an interview with Cherie recently, and the way she got to become a trainer is sort of interesting. She grew up in a horse family, so she knew she had been around horses and a horse rider and a barrel rider in the rodeo.
Wow!
All the years that she was growing up. She also started working in Kentucky Derby stables as the hot walker, which really means when the horse is done a run, you walk him around to calm him down and to cool him down. So that's the low entry point to the Kentucky Derby training, area. So she did that for a while, and then she also was on a horse training the horses, and she fell off and had a major break of some sort, and was never able to get sort of back on a horse again.
Wow.
However, she loved the horses so much that she ended up spending her career training horses, and she at one point was trying to decide whether she should continue with horse training and horse management, or whether she should follow her other love, which was bodybuilding. She would go into and win competitions in bodybuilding. So this is a multifaceted girl, and she
very
deserves
disciplined.
a lot of credit. Yeah.
Very disciplined.
I loved her reaction when she saw the Ortez, Jose Ortez or whoever the jockey was, come in. He was one of two brothers in the Kentucky Derby, the Ortez brothers. Forget which one actually won. I think Jose. I just loved the excitement on her face. It was so great.
Oh, yeah. It was genuine. Her whole family was like jumping out of their skin.
It was great.
Did you see the race?
Yeah, was that a crazy race? He came in from the back and like, oh my God.
This was like Secretariat, you know, like this was like,
yeah.
And I was sitting there watching it. And I thought the Derby was around 2:00 in the afternoon. I didn't realize it was like 5:00.
Yeah. I've been to the Kentucky Derby.
No.
And by the time the Derby, so the Derby is one race in a series of races, right? And it's colloquially called the Kentucky Derby, the combination of all the races, but it's like race number 6. I forget which one. But by 5:00, everybody's drunk on mid tulips, right? It's hilarious. And they stand up and they sing this song beforehand.
My old Kentucky home.
My old Kentucky home.
Yes.
And the old Kentuckians are crying.
The Kentucky Colonels.
Hilarious.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. But anyway, so it's quite a spectacle.
It's like a ship of drunken sailors singing Kumbaya back and forth.
They're very passionate about it. They believe in their Kentucky roots, and it's really great to see, actually. And then the hats and the whole display of, dress and finery, and it's really lovely to see.
So, there are many facets, if you think about it, to the horse business. And Tom, better half Tom, his family is, one member of the family is into exclusively the transportation of horses of this caliber.
Oh, wow.
To and fro. That's
so
it.
What does that mean? Over land, or they put them on
land?
Because I know Arabian horses
trains,
come over.
However you do it, that's
that's quite a niche business, isn't it?
And he's done it for years. He's based in Chicago, but he's done it for years, and I think he's getting out. He's getting ready to retire. But it's just you don't think about the level of what it takes. These are like Michael Jordans, of horses, right?
Yeah,
and they treat them like that. The thing that breaks my heart about the Derby. One little crack of that leg and the horse is done.
Yeah.
Like if they
happen that often.
I know, but if they do, if they break something in that race, stop and start and whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, it makes me so nervous to think about that.
Right.
But transportation of these precious gems from all over the world.
Yeah.
And dealing with all that's needs to be dealt with.
I know.
All the people
Think about
involved.
that for a minute. Yeah, I know. Wow.
And Kentucky is the bluegrass state, right?
Yeah.
And so apparently bluegrass is the best grass to feed a horse.
Okay.
That's why Kentucky is known for horses.
Yeah. Anyway, bravo, Cherie. Good job. We're very proud of you. 152 years in the making, but you're
an inspiration.
A winner and an inspiration. That's exactly right.
Absolutely. Yeah. So is this a wrap on our little weekly touch up here?
I think so. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else I want to say about horses, Kentucky Derby. Stud farms. Let's not forget stud farms. No, because this is important. I've seen stud farms. So first of all, the winners of these horses, I think the horse knows it wins. Don't you think the horse knows? Horse is supposed to be very smart. And I think that kind of prancing.
They probably do.
Yeah. And then they go off to a stud farm. And they live out the rest of their lives with butlers and I'm not kidding. It's like, oh my God. And then the owner of the horse makes bazillions of dollars selling.
So how does that work? The person that wins the Derby, the owner of the horse gets the money, or the owner gets a portion and then they trickle it down to everybody involved? Or how does this work?
I think the owner gets a good portion of the winnings. And then, of course, then the owner pays people like Cherie and like Jose Ortiz and and anybody else, the groomers and anybody else is involved. I think that's how it works.
What are the requirements to be a jockey? Do you know?
I don't know. There is a weight limit. I want to tell you it's like 133 pounds. I could be totally wrong about that, but it's some slight. They're all slight, as you know. And there's absolutely a weight that you have to make. And I remember reading one time there was an old jockey by the name of Pat Day, very famous. He won a lot of races and spent his career as a jockey. And I remember him talking one time in an interview about how he prepares for a race and how he has to like measure out his food and be absolutely certain that he's not like 1 ounce over whatever the weight is.
Oh, so they get weighed.
Oh, they get
before
weighed. Absolutely. Yeah.
This is like gymnastics.
Yeah.
Wow. And they're shorter in stature.
So not surprisingly, a lot of jockeys come from shorter stature cultures. So the Ortiz brothers, I think, are Puerto Rican. There's been a lot of Mexican riders, just because the population tends to be a shorter stature or slighter stature of men. And so, yeah, it's
so
it's
we
a whole
will
science.
We will not be jockeying.
No,
anytime
that's
soon.
not happening anytime. And then there's a whole thing about the colors too, which I don't know enough about to talk about right now. But there's a whole thing about the colors. What jockey and horse wears what color?
Oh, you mean like the checkered outfits, like red and white,
Right.
blue and white, whatever?
Yeah.
My mother always told me I look good in cornflower blue, so I would like to be in the cornflower blue outfit.
Well, you get to choose, though. I don't know. I just don't know.
It's probably assigned to you.
How it works. Yeah.
I'm always amazed at that big thing of roses, that they drape. It's like a rose blanket that they drape over the horse.
Right. It's got to be heavy, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. Now you got a jockey on your back. You've got the rose blanket thing on your back. And then the news reporter at the end. The news reporter's right up next to you on another horse interviewing the jockey.
Yeah.
Like, tell me about the ride, yada, yada. What were you thinking about that last stretch? And blah, blah, blah. And the horse is like...
No, I disagree. I think the horse knows it's won. They're often like... But what I do love is when it's a rainy day and the jockeys wear goggles.
Yeah.
They often wear like 6 pairs of goggles because you can see them throw, once this one gets all muddied up, they throw that off, then they have clear for a while, and then that one gets muddied up, they throw it off. Yeah, it's this whole science.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's do a show on jockeys, jockey etiquette, like how you become a jockey. That's a whole conversation in and of itself.
Okay, well, let's do that.
Or if we know of anybody, I know of someone who's in the horse industry. I should ask them, they're local, if they know of any jockeys that we could talk to.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
And my guess is that there would be a lot kind of nearby because Wellington, Florida is a major horse capital. And my guess is that we'd find a lot of, I think it's mostly polo, but I think we'd find a lot of racing jockeys.
I went over to Wellington and watched a polo match once. And that is, how do you do that?
I know. That's real skill. This is the reason why I like hockey as a sport, because you got to learn to skate and play the game.
Yeah.
And same with polo. You got to learn how to ride a horse and play the game. Basketball, baseball, you don't really need, you need running skills, I guess. I don't want any basketball people getting mad at me, but it just feels to me like you need a lot more skills to.
I think ice hockey players are cardiovascularly the strongest, toughest individuals on the planet.
Yeah.
I bow down.
Yeah.
Shout out to our Panthers.
Okay.
I love the Panthers.
And the
Brad Marchand is my favorite. Anyway.
Yeah, hockey better than I do. But the Lightning, they're pretty good hockey team too.
They are.
They've won a couple of tubs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So try to wrap now the jockey stuff until next year.
That's fascinating. All right. So we will round up a jockey and do a jockey
that would be
show.
interesting.
Yeah. The life of a jockey. All right. And thank you guys for listening. That's a wrap. We thank you for listening and hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you did, please share this show with friends and family and subscribe to our YouTube channel. This way, you'll never miss weekly drops. Stay strong, dream big, and floss your teeth.